Hello, boys and girls. Good evening to everyone and welcome to the stream. Today I'm not too late. I'm a bit late, but not too late. One of the reasons I'm late, or a bit late, is because I wanted to finish few things before joining. Because there were some parts that were a bit annoying. And I wanted to finish them off stream, so it took some time to complete them. And actually I did. Related to the groups. Okay, I think we are ready. Let me see if there's anything I should change, but no. I think we are good. We can start. Hello everybody. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome. Hello. And who is here? So, just to recap what we were doing, we were working on the groups and buddies, right? The buddies we fully completed. The groups, we are in a very advanced state because the groups are pretty much working as well. I just need to test few things like the leave and the disband, but I think they are working now. And then I need also to test, which is a bit of what I want to do tonight, the vitals are properly working. So vitals update. I have to think about a bit how to do it, but I think it's similar to the vitals for the character. It's just that here we are getting the vitals for the people in the group. So vitals for group, and in particular HP and mana, which are the two vitals that we are displaying on the screen, right? Also, I did a bit of cleanup because we had some issues with the way the function around groups were organized, and also the W container, the way the window manager is managing the windows and is showing and hiding windows. So in the code we had sometimes using one function, other times using another function, and this was not very good. So I changed it and I normalized it. So now all the functions are using the same way. So what I want to test now, and I think we can start immediately with testing, because I just finished doing some of the changes just before starting the stream. Thanks for joining, by the way, whoever is watching. I think there is something new in Streamlabs. It's saying to me that there is a new alert box library. I don't know what is it, but I think I will check it. It's a kind of yeah, I didn't work too much on the UI of the stream. I mean, I know I can improve it quite a bit, but unfortunately I don't have so much time to dedicate to that. But it would be nice. For sure, it would be nice to complete that as well. Okay, so we have our two windows here, which are the two players that we are gonna simulate in the groups. Yeah, we need two players because the group is formed a minimum by two people. Also, you get disbanded automatically when one of the, when the second to last is leaving. So we'll connect this way with Melare and this way with Kran. I have no idea why I have those names, by the way. So we just, I think one is randomly generated, the other is generated by me. So we just need to wait that the two are logged in, and actually they are. So at this point, this point, one will invite the other, okay? So this one will invite the other. Now there's a concept of leader, meaning that one character becomes a leader of the guild, when a leader of the group, when he actually invites someone, right? So this is the UI. It's a very simple UI for now for the group. Sorry, this one. It's a very simple UI for the group, which you can actually move around if you click just above it. I don't know if this will be very intuitive, but that's the way it works now. That's the way it works now. Just one second, I think I had... maybe I added it to the wrong one. Yeah. Possible. But anyway, you basically right click. Okay, and one change that I did is that when you right click, the pop-up window is generated where the mouse is, so I think it's a bit more intuitive. And you will just invite someone, and you will say Cranny as the person to invite. I'm sorry, Melare in this case, because he's the other guy. Right, now on the other client, the guy will receive a request. Cranny is inviting you to join a group. What the hell is this at the end? No idea. That's interesting. Has invited you to join a group. Why is... why is that weird formatting? Come on, there is also group for sure. Oh my. Okay. Has invited you to join a group. Why there is another percentage S here at the end? Is this a mistake or... because here there is a bit of a reasoning, which is currently in a duel. But anyway, we can fix that. At this point, it says that the player is joined, and as you can see, both can see the group stats with a small icon, the name, and the stats, right? And the stats are displayed here. Now at this point, I can, and both are seeing the same thing, right? At this point, what I can do, I can leave the group or disband the group, right? So let's say that the second player leaves. I think anyway, if this guy leaves, the group will be disbanded. But let me try just to leave. Yes, exactly. You can see the group has been disbanded. But anyway, pretty much is working okay. Pretty much is working okay. There are few bugs like that printout, which is not great, and but the rest seems to work fine. Now, I remember I had the resize of this. I had the resize of this available. Ah, yes, it's actually resizable now. The problem is that it's not resizing the background image. It's resizing only the it's resizing only the thing. Why? Well, I have to check in the editor, but it's not resizing the background. But yeah, I think it's okay. So now what we need to test, apart from these small bugs. Hello, Marcel. It's nice to have someone helping in the code. Yeah, obviously. There is so much to do, you know, that anyone that can help would be very nice. For sure. You can also have it scrollable, by the way. Okay, it's a very simple UI, but I think it's good enough, you know, for what we need. It's good enough, so you can place it anywhere on screen and it will fit. So you can have your group down there. Now, in terms of size, I think it's okay. Even if you will have like 5 people, it starts to be maybe a bit too busy, but for readability, I think we can leave it like this. I don't know why sometimes the freaking Enki starts to tap on the ground randomly. I don't know why. Okay, so now we would like to test if these stats are actually updated, or anyway, to see how to update the stats. So if this character loses health or lose mana, we would like to see it. You would like to see it displayed, right? So the first thing we need to understand is where in the code we are doing this update, and I think that it should be still in Group Manager in theory, or should be in Server Vitals. That's a good question. Let me search for Vital in this document. No, in fact, it's not there. So I think there is a Server Vitals, which is probably under Utils or something. Or under bulk objects. Where is it? Under bulk objects. There is a server vital class which is responsible for sending the vitals to the client. Now, I need to understand if this is also used for groups, but it seems yes, because you see here there is player group. There is player group. So this is actually pretty good. The problem is, how do I know? Send a message to the client. Client receive vitals update. Here it is. You see? It was sending the message also to the group of this player. Okay, so this one was broadcasting the message to the group, I think including himself, but actually he has his vitals already available. So for the current player, I don't think we need to to show it again, right? Well, we have it in the stats. We have it in the stats window. I don't know if you want to have in the stats window, which is this one, and there my stats, even if they are different, because this one is just a percentage, this one is the total. So actually they are a bit different in meaning. But this one was broadcasting it. So in the same way we do this receive vitals update. And this receive vitals update, I guess, let me just close everything because we don't need it at the moment. It's just taking a lot of memory. So we need to decide if the receive vitals update will be done with the same message or not. Let me go in the old code for a second and search for server vitals, which also in this case will be under util, I guess. No, under bulk object we said. We said under bulk objects. Okay. So let me see what we do here. So here we have, okay, the player group, blah, blah, blah. Send message. Ah, okay. Okay, it's a bit more clear now that I see the old code. So it was actually an if. It was actually an if. That here is here. This if here. So yeah, I think we should use exactly the same. Okay, I think it makes sense. So we can do this. If we are not in a group, so if the group is null, we just send what we send now, okay, which is just the stats of the current player. If we are in a group, then we need to create, I would say, no, we can use group broadcast, but I think I will create a group broadcast, a group broadcast vitals or something. The only point is that I would like to avoid sending twice the one of the player, so why I need to send it twice? Considering the vitals update is very frequent, I would like to avoid it. So I think we can have a broadcast vitals which will exclude, which has the same parameters that we have for the player, which will exclude the no, we'll send it to everyone including me, and then it's on the client that I have to use the information in the right place. So I will have to use the vitals in the info stats for me and the others in the group. Okay, I think it makes sense. The only thing that I don't know is if these values are actually percentage or total, because what I see because the first time I send the group data, when I send, let me just go here one second. When I send the group data, which is group manager, send group, no, list member, there should be a broadcast members, no? I think it's inside player group, a broadcast member list. Okay, this one. When I send this, we said that I send the percentage. I send the percentage. I send the percentage, while in the other case I'm sending the real data. So this is what I'm a bit confused, because here I send the percentage, and in fact we see like the 100% when they are full health. But instead in server vitals, I think that here we are sending the actual values. This is not the percentage. I'm not fully sure. I'm not fully sure. We can see on update client. I can maybe print it out, or percent value. You see here percent value. I remember something on this that I actually changed. So I think this percent value was actually used, and then I asked myself why the hell we need to send a percentage, and then I removed it. Yeah, you see, yeah. So here in the original code there was percentage value and percentage rate, right? So it was like if the client, hello Tony, good evening, was like if the client was knowing the total values. One second. It's like if the client was knowing the total values up front, and he was only considering the percentage as a change. Unfortunately, I changed that. So I removed percentage value. I removed it. From the new code, I removed it. So we are sending the real values. And now this is hitting us a bit, because in the group, we would like to show only the percentage. Now the question is, was the original client sending also the max or not? Yes, it was sending also the max. I mean, we can reconstruct it the opposite way, but I think I removed it because I was thinking that I didn't need this percentage. It was just a useless calculation. But I did that reasoning because I didn't know, and I didn't consider that actually for the group we need the percentage values. For the group we need the percentage values. Okay, anyway, let's start to ensure that the stats of the group are sent to the client, and then we will decide if we want to change it back to percentage. Okay, so let's do one thing at a time. So I have to create these broadcast vitals inside my group, inside my player group, because he's not existing at the moment. So let's go in player group and let's search for there should be already a broadcast. No. Okay. Why there is no broadcast? No, I said player group, not group manager. Player group. Why player group is empty? Why player group is empty? I mean, it's not empty, for sure. Because I have to go in player group.h, which maybe I already have open. Somewhere over the rainbow. It's somewhere, I don't know where, but it's somewhere. And what about some music? I downloaded the music of Bomberman, and it seems to be very nice. So I would like to play it and see if there are some tracks that we like or we don't like. This one. But maybe not in shuffle. I would like to do it not in shuffle. So, player group.h. Where the hell is it? I don't see it. I don't see it. I found it. Okay. Yeah, there was already broadcast member and broadcast chat. So I think we can add a new one, which is send vitals of the wall group, including the current client. Okay, we can call this broadcast vitals. And in terms of parameters, it will be identical to this one. Come on, there is only one receive vital update in the world code. I would say yes. I mean, it's the same as this, with the difference that then we have to send it. Because you see there are two, there is receive vitals and receive vitals update. I think we'll have to go back to the percent. This song was nice, I liked it a lot. Let's see the next one. Okay, so this one we implemented in Group Manager CPP because we have this split between player groups and whatever. Broadcast member list. I think we have two broadcasts here, right? Yes. I think we can put it here. We can easily put it here. Hello, people. welcome to the stream. Broadcast vitals. So this one is basically needs to do the same thing that we do here. Just cycling on all the members, and then you will just have to do this. Right? With the difference, we are already incrementing the version here, so I'm not going to increment it again. And obviously this one needs to stay inside player group. Okay, so here basically we are sending the vitals. We are sending the vitals. The thing I don't understand too much is for each player. Let me think about it 1 second. For each player, so server vitals is updated continuously, right? So this thing is running continuously for every player. Boom, 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 boom. Now, if you are in a group, you are also sending your stats to the rest of the group. Yeah, I think it works. I think it works. It will skip sending your stats to yourself because you are getting it through the. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Now the problem is, so I think this side is fine. So this will send it also to the others, assuming that we properly pass the group as a variable here when we do send the stat message, but I assume yes, but just to be sure, let's check. Then maybe I commented it out for whatever reason. Oh, it's working okay. It's doing get group, so I think it's fine. I think this thing is fine as it is. So we can compile it. So now we are sending from the server the updates to all the group. Now the problem is to identify client side which stats are belonging to who. Because here we are receiving, you know, a full update. And where is the information that those stats belong to a specific player? Where is that information? I think it's nowhere. It's nowhere and it's not very good. Because this means that it will change my vitals. But it's not the way we have to do it. So we need an additional parameter which specifies who in the group has those vitals, I think. Let me just see the way it was done in the old code, because the old code is always... Yeah, you see? It was passing in the ID of the player. The problem is that I don't think we have on the client side the ID of the player inside the group window, but we can add it. You see? Is specifically adding the client ID to the message, so that he knows who is the guy that we are speaking about. which is fine. Now we can do it by name. By name is a bit annoying, but we can do it by name. The best will be to do it by ID. Now what I'm thinking, is that the values that we are replicating on PS character, I don't think include the ID. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Well, let's see. Get lifetime something, right? Get lifetime replicated. That incredible function with incredible name. This one. Exactly. In fact, we are not replicating the UID. We are not replicating the UID. I mean, we can replicate it. At the moment we have the name. I think we can also replicate the ID. I mean, at the end it's just an ID, so it's not, you know, anything crazy. And at that point I will know that the stats that are sent to me are mine, and the stats that are sent for the other group member are to be displayed in the group window. I'm just thinking if there is a better way, but at the moment I don't see a better way. And just storing an int, I mean, is nothing. So I think we can do it without too much remorse, you know. So in the same way we have full name. The only problem is that I think the ID is not an integer. Fuck. The ID is a PID. There is a problem. The ID is a PID, and we cannot replicate a PID unless we make it extract. But I don't want to change this. Pain. You know, we can do a trick. We can do a small trick. But let me see if I can really do it. We can do a trick. We can do a trick in Group Manager when I'm broadcasting the vitals. If I'm sending no, because I don't. No, I was thinking if I place like a -1 or whatever, or any value, no, that I can recognize client side, that is me. But how can I know from here that the client I'm sending it to is me? I mean that these vitals are related. No, I know. Because actually, if I really expand this, with the ID of the player, so let's first expand it with the ID of the player, okay? Because this is needed anyway, so otherwise nothing will work. So I have to go in PS character or in is it PS character or is it player controller? I think it's in PS character, right? So if I go in PS character, exactly, and this one I make it with an addition of const int and ID or player ID and player ID, right? Then I will have also to do the same on the group, but I think I can extend that as well. So if I add this, and I say, but I also need to add it here, otherwise I will never understand which one it is. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So if I add it to broadcast vitals, and I have also the player ID, so I go in player group and in broadcast vital I add player ID, which is the actual ID of the player that we are sending the vitals off. This is a pretty strange music, but I think it's still nice. I think we have some very small one, like continue, stage clear, boss intro. Just checking 1 second the music. Boss intro is 11 seconds. And then we have boss intro 2, boss intro 3. I think there are some that are super short because they are just used in the game. So just a bit. Far, winner, draw. Time up. Time up. I would like to listen to it. Let me listen 1 second. That's the time. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I'm back from the music selection. What I was saying, yes, I was saying that if we added the player ID, right, then we know who these stats are, so who these stats belong to. Okay, so we know who is the player, and this is very good. So we can add the player ID here. Now the only thing that we can do probably is if the player ID, because server side we have it, you see, so we can do a very smart thing. I don't know if it's smart, but I hope it is, which is if member n get PID unbox whatever, because there is not a, there is a structure of some kind, is equal to player ID, then we know that are our stats, right? Then we know that there are our stats, and so we are sending to that member its own stats. Right? And so in that case, we just say -1, which I will then detect on the client side. Else, you know, it will pay just a normal with player ID. So basically now on the client we know which one are ours and which one are the one for the others without without replicating the actual player ID on the client side, which we had some issue replicating because it's not an integer but it's something else, it's a structure. I don't want to make the structure Unreal Engine enabled and stuff. Okay, so it is good. So now. So now what? Now we just need to be sure that our server vitals in here. I'm a bit confused about his client and target character. Huh? What is this target character really? It's never used. I think it should be client anyway. My guy is client, okay? So here we say directly -1. And here we say client get PID, unbox, whatever, right? Okay. So this way, let me just recompile and see if I did some mistakes, but I don't think so, but let's see. Maybe the boss battle we can remember. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. Is 17 boss battle. And the boss battle will be removed. Boss battle removed. It's still compiling. Wow. How is our CPU doing? Suffering a bit, huh? Or not? Oh. Ah. Sometimes suffering, sometimes not. Remember that whenever we change a header file, we trigger much more compilation. Okay, succeeded. So now we have our server vitals sending also the ID, and we know that when it's -1, then we catch it. Okay, so let's look now in the editor. Okay, I need to see in the editor. By the way, this is a pretty fundamental function of the game, because knowing, you know, the health and mana of your of the people fighting with you is, I would say, extremely important. It is the same one as before, just with slight changes. Huh? Probably remove it. Okay, so if we go in our blueprint, when we receive the vitals update. I think the vitals update are received inside PS character. Now this function, I have to say, is a bit of a mess. I mean, because it's a huge... This one maybe we should move it to C++ one day, because this is kind of a huge graph. And having huge blueprint graphs is not a great idea. I don't even remember where is it. So let me search for vitals. Receive an update of stats from server. Okay, so that is the vital update. Now here there is this huge graph. There is this huge graph. Which is considering which values are actually Can I change this to be a C++ class? I think I can, but I don't want to do it now. It's too much work, I don't want to do it now. But in theory this one should go in C++. I think it makes very little sense that it stays as like a blueprint like this, because it is getting executed so much often. I mean, insanely often. Okay, but anyway, now we are receiving this receive vital updates with, in addition, as you can see, as the player ID. So we need to add the player ID also to this other function. Right? And then connect this to this, and then we need to add it here as well. Now for groups will be a bit different, because for groups we only need HP and mana. There is a bit of a... I mean, there is something that we can improve in terms of performances, because at the moment I think that we are sending the whole thing. So in theory, to the ones, to the people that is not me, you know, to the people that is not me, I could send something different. Vitals, you vitals, I don't remember exactly how this is done, but basically there is an array of float and then there's an array of bits, or bitwise. In the array of float, yeah, exactly, is taking all of those. You know, I'm really tempted. I'm really tempted to send to the other clients only the HP and the mana. Now you see my comment here. We were sending percentage value and percent rate. Why I removed this? Yeah, exactly. But in reality, why? Now I know the answer. The answer is we were sending it for the groups. we're sending it for the groups. But anyway, it's totally useless that we send. Yeah, it's totally useless. It's totally useless that we send the full stats to everyone when we only need the HP and the mana. And by the way, we need them in percentage. So I think I will change it now. I think I will and this will also solve then the -1 problem that I was having, because we will have two functions. Yeah, I think it's much better. We will have two functions, and okay, I think it's decided. So I need to go back a bit, like that. I will remove the ID, but I will add a new function which is called receive group vitals, or receive group member vitals, because actually it's only the vitals of one of the group. So receive group member vitals. This song is a bit annoying. What is it? Battle select. Battle select, we will skip it and we will remove it. So we'll have a receive group member vitals, and in this case will be super simple. Will be the player ID. Fuck. I have to go back, sorry. And back, okay. The player ID, and then simply the float with HP and a float with mana. That's it. I don't think I need anything else. Yeah. Where is this music? Harry, this one we remove it. Harry, we will remove it. Victory, we'll see. So, okay, so I think we are good now. We will go here in server vitals, and in case it's me and only me, I send receive vital updates exactly as it was before. In case of a group, I send I use this other function, right? And this other function, like we said, is smart enough to know if it's me or not me, because we can just compare the player ID. And in case it's me, is using this. In case it's not me, is using the other function, okay? And I think this way, I think is the more optimized. Now, okay. We need to pass in the How do we know which one is what? I mean, is the array always the same or what? The array, I think, is always the same. Huh? The array, local float counter, get f vitals. They are always in the same sequence, I guess. Huh? So it starts from 0. So is the element number 0 and the element number 2. Okay. So I think we can just do that. May not be the more elegant way, but I think is the most effective way. Yeah, I think we can do this. Now, now. Let me close this and recompile without the editor. Yeah, I like this Bomberman music, so I will add it permanently to our files. Okay, let's recompile, and now I think we can start to see something working. Okay. Now the problem is that client side, if it's as no, there is one additional point. We need to pass when we send the group. When we send the group member, we also need to pass the player ID. Otherwise, it will not work because we need to compare. We need to know which is which, right? So I think that when we are sending the group player, which is this, we need an additional field which will be an int, which is player ID. And this means that yes, we need to do all this mess. We need to do all this mess. Yes, we need, yes. Yes, we need to do this. Yes. Okay. So this way we will send to the client the structure also with the player ID that has the particular vitals. And so we will be able to detect who is who and put it on the group window. Now, one thing that we need to do, we need when we receive our stats, update the info stat window and the group window. If I'm in a group, obviously. If I'm not in a group, no. So I need to check the result list that the group is active, and if it's active I can put now. The other issue is that those values at the moment are not in percent. That's very annoying. These values are not in percent. These values are not in percent. Can we get them in percent? Can we get them in percent? I mean, we can, but it's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a mess, actually. Well, but we could do it here. If we do it here, we avoid... How was the calculation in percentage? Calculation in percentage was pretty simple. It was like this: percentage rate and then stamina. So I will need to have just these two things: percentage value each H point and percentage value mana. I just need those two lines and I'm good. That's probably even simpler. So you know boys, what we're gonna do? I think we are gonna do it even simpler than this. I know I'm changing my mind continuously, I know, but it's for the good of the... So I think if I just move that shit in here, I think if I just move this shit in here and I have the player group here, so my group is this one. And so I just do group members, right? Is obviously inaccessible. Is inaccessible, okay. So if wait a second, if the group member get PID get unbox is equal to client PID unbox, okay. So this one is me, right? This one is me. Then we just send it as usual. Okay. Then we send it as usual. If it's the same player, send all data. If it's group members, send only HP and mana. I think if we do it from here is much better. So I don't need that additional function, and I can do the logic. I can have the logic here, and I can send yes, the player ID for sure. I can send the player ID, and then I can send finally what we wanted to send. So percentage value hit points, and percentage value mana. I think, by the way, this change should have been done also on the old plane shift, but we're not gonna do it. But I mean, it would be good because we are sending a lot of additional information when you are in a group that you anyway don't use. So we're like spamming the client with additional stuff every, I don't know, 3 times a second. I don't know how often, but very often, or every second or something. That is not really, is not really needed. there is a group, then cycle on group member and send the data. Right? Okay, so with this, which is much better, we can completely get rid of this broadcast vitals, and I will have it removed from there and removed from here. Yeah, I think this way is cleaner. I really like it more. It's cleaner because every function is sending only the data that it needs, you know. So I find it definitely cleaner. So how do we move from that one viewer on Twitch to 5 or 6 or 10? How? No, the other day they were like 10 or so, but sometimes there is just no one on Twitch. It's like if we are not, there are more people on YouTube always and less people on Twitch. Well, one thing is that I didn't update the title. That's probably also one reason. But I don't think that updating the title makes a lot of difference. But we should be in the category whatever, right? Of course, the game development is not really mainstream, right? That's the problem. That's the problem, boys. We updated the title. Does it show updated or no? Yes, it shows. Okay, good. It failed. The recompilation failed. Why? Ah, yes, because it's missing the it's missing the player ID. Should like it more now. Hello, Gian. We paid viewers. Yeah, there are always people, you know, going to the channel and saying, do you want to buy celebrity? Do you want to buy the Stairway to Heaven? Send us $10 and you are going to heaven immediately with a bunch of viewers. I don't know, maybe it's just a matter of having enough, you know, people that follow, and then when there are enough people that follow, they will start to grow a bit. And as soon as you start to have like 4, 5, 6, then it rolls by itself, you know, in the sense that people tend to watch the streams that have people watching, because they say, if people are watching means that it could be interesting, and so. But if you have like 1 or 2 viewers, most likely people are just getting out or not even clicking on it because they think it's too little. So I think it's a bit of a... I mean, when I decided that we all had to go on Twitch, obviously we had more people, but I'm still very convinced that we should not forfeit the YouTube one. So I mean, I'm happy to have people wherever they are, but my hope is always to reach some other developers and having these developers join. That's the main reason I do the stream. The main reason. Okay. So now we have two functions. One which will work exactly as before, right? And which is this mess, yes. And player ID no longer exists. Yes, correct. You are very, very correct. Because I wanted to do it, and then how do I remove this? I remove it from here. No? Wait. How do I delete this thing? I cannot delete it. Why I cannot delete? Where is the panel where I can delete it? I'm sure there is a panel where I can delete it. Inside the function. Inside the function I'm here. So if I right click, I cannot delete. I can do watch. Why watch? We are in debug mode now. If I go here under inputs and I want to right click, delete is not available. Delete is not available. Should it be the last of the list? Otherwise it doesn't work. What? I'm not seeing the remover. It's somewhere here, I'm not seeing it. Pain. So there is an fuck, because it's this one that is calling this one. No, this one is the master. This one is the master. Doesn't want to do it. Doesn't want to do it. Oh fuck, is he? He was hidden on the right. Look at that. Look at that. He was freaking hidden on the right. Oh, no. He was hidden there. There was an X that was not actually visible. Even if we are in full screen mode. You see, it doesn't fit, and so it's getting hidden there. I was like, what? I cannot delete it? I was like, what? Okay, so this one is the same. Okay, now what we need to do, what is this music? Assassin's Creed. Skip it. So what we need to do, we need to update the stats view, and that is done by this function. And then we also need to update the group view. But in that case, we want to update the group view only with the percentages, right? Which will be our max HP, which I guess is set somewhere in our character. Yes. So I'm assuming the max HP is always up to date. Yes, it's coming from update max vital. So we can assume that this one is always good. So I don't know if I want to do it here or I want to do it separately, because this graph is already a mess. I don't know if I want to make it more complex, you know, but maybe I can just add another node here, which is update group vitals for me. Yes, I think that's what I want to do. Yes, I think we can do this. Look at what I'm doing. Look. So I think I can do this. I can go in my Windows group, right? Inside window group we create the receive update vitals, which we don't have yet. Receive update vitals. Now inside the receive update vitals we will have the player ID, which is an integer. We will have the HP, which is a float, and the mana, which is a float. Okay. Now this function will be called from here. We are on the client here, we are on the client, and we are inside character BP. So we need to go. We don't have this Fallout. We don't have the pointer to the. Okay, we don't have. Okay, fine. Fine. It's a bit stupid that we don't have a pointer to the controller inside the pawn, which is already casted, but okay, we can live with that. So what do we do? After we do this, we go to get our win group. No? Why not? I think I know why. Okay. And from this win group, we will call receive update vitals, okay, which is the function we just created. Now the good thing is that in this case we can just specify a nice -1, which means me, and in terms of HP and mana we will do a nice, well, it's not that nice, but anyway, a nice get 0 and get 2. I know it's not the best, but anyway, 0 is the HP and 2 is the mana, right? Get a copy, get a reference. I'm always confused about these two things. Get a copy, get a reference. I mean, get a reference, but anyway, I'm not gonna write anything, so I'm not writing to this value, right? So get it by reference, but just stay as it is. So get 0, get 2, and then what? And then this value will be, for example, 20, right? And we said, what we said? We said that we need to do something like 20 divided by 40, and that's the percentage, 0.5. Yeah, so we just do that divided by, why we were doing by 100? It was a bit weird, huh? It's just one divided by the other. It's just this one divided by the max, no? I think so. Max mana, get, divide, well, can type divide, and then this two thing is can I have just a bit more space, please? Just a bit more space. Okay. And then this two thing is we send them to our updater, right? These two things, we send them to our update. So what we are saying, we are just saying to the group window to update the stats for me, because he knows that it's me. So, well, to update the player -1. I mean, he doesn't know that it's me, but he knows that it's a player -1 to HP and mana. Okay, the same. So this function then should just go through the member list and should for whatever, no, he should get the children, right? And for each of the children, it should find the ID, array element, widget object. Yes, widget object. Well, widget object, you also need to cast it, unfortunately. To WD group player, yes, exactly. And then when he knows that it's a WD group player, he can extract WD group player. The only problem is that I didn't yet say to the WD group player that now he also has an ID. Right? He doesn't know. This guy doesn't know. Holy moly, what is this? Set up one player row. Exactly. Player ID int. Okay, so we know, so each row of the group window knows which player ID is associated to. Okay, that's easy. And then when we go here, we can do a get player ID. I mean, hopefully of those things there are maximum 5 or 4. I don't know how much is the group size, but you are disconnected. You are back, huh? And you are back, and we got 3 people on Twitch. Yeah, come on, boys, you can do it. Yeah, because we have more people on YouTube. But now, you see, I said, maybe a few people on Twitch, and boom, immediately joined. Welcome, guys. I'm the tiger in the bottom left. Hello. We immediately lost 2 of them. Easy. So, blah 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 blah. Okay, I have my player ID. Now I just need to be sure that this player ID is equal to whatever player ID is coming here. If this is true, by the way, did you see the neural link presentation from Elon Musk the other day? If you didn't watch it, you should watch it. It's scary and interesting at the same time. The most scary part was I can show you the most scary part in case you missed it. I mean, the part that actually demonstrates what it is, okay? Let me see if I have the link. I think I sent the link to someone, so I should have it. Wait, I think I have the link. I have the link very easy. If you want to see, yeah, by the way, we lost immediately the 2 guys on Twitch as soon as I said that. I was sure. Okay, so basic, I mean, I will try to make it short, but how can I watch any freaking video? I will try to make it short, but...
Do you want to learn to draw professional and impressive
no, I don't want to learn
from
professional.
that will blow people's minds?
No, I don't Okay, so this thing is the neural link is called, right? From Elon Musk, and there is his new project, which basically the idea is to put a chip in your head, and the chip in your head will have some sensor that goes into your brain and will be able to do some simple stuff, but it may solve some disease and some brain damage problems that people have. But what was really interesting at a certain point, which is the demonstration of how it works. I don't remember where is it. I think it's here. They implanted the thing on a pig. Okay, so they implanted this chip in the head and in the brain of this pig, which is pretty happy and goes around and has no issues.
High energy.
The funny part, or the interesting part, is that they are tracing the brain activity of one particular sensory, how to say in English, one particular sensory reaction from the brain of the pig, which is actually when his nose is touching something. Okay, so when his nose is touching something, there is a particular part of the brain which is activating, right? And they detected which one is it, and they are say printing this chart when he's touching things, and they are also doing a kind of a small sound like a beep, no? Whenever there is a spike.
All right.
Which is this noise.
Thanks for coming out. So what the beeps you're hearing are real-time signals from the neural link in Gertrude's head. So this neural link connects to neurons that are in her snout. So whenever she snuffles around and touches something with her snout, that sends out neural spikes, which are detected here. And so on the screen, you can see each of the spikes from the 1,024 electrodes, and then if she snuffles around, touches her snout in the ground, or you kind of feed her some food, pigs love food, then you can see the neurons.
You can see how precise is it, because as soon as the pig raises his head, the signal immediately stops.
Much more than when you're not touching the snout, and that's what's making the beeping sound. All right, cool. So
I mean, it's just the beginning, okay, of this thing. It's just the beginning. But basically, what I want to do is to create an actual interface, with the brain, right? And that interface can write data and read data. Okay, so reading is kind of easy. Writing is a bit harder, but they can do it as well. So they can give a specific electrical impulse, so that that part of the brain is activated. So, and it is open. I mean, obviously, it's really the beginning of it, but it's opening a lot of possibilities. So if you can interface with your brain, you can then in somehow maybe read data and write data to it. I mean, I don't think they can access memory today, but maybe they will be in the future. I don't know. There are so many possibilities. I was pretty amazed by the presentation and by what they did. Obviously, for now, it's pretty simple, but it was interesting. It was definitely interesting. Yes, and they also did the prediction of the walk cycle, which I think is just... I think I closed it now. But anyway, it's just after, in another part of the presentation, they are predicting the walk cycle based on what the brain is sending as electrical impulse, and how the pig actually moves, and so they have the graph of the two, and the two are pretty much identical, so meaning that they can predict from the brain what the pig wants to do or is doing. No, not wants to do in the future, but is doing now. Okay, so what is doing at that particular moment, which is very nice. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are comparing this, we are checking a player ID, if it's equal to blah blah blah, then we need to update the progress bar. Now, how do we update the progress bar? There was... I need to get the two progress bar first of all. Maybe we can create a function inside of that. Yeah, let's create a function, which is much better. Let's create a function inside the player group, which is update mana and whatever. So it's a bit cleaner, you know. So we don't do it in the calling class, but we do it. So all of this, I think we can delete actually. Because this was the one that we were using for the player. Bind event, edit update vitals. I think I don't need any of this anymore. I think I need I think I don't need any of this anymore. I just need I need to create a new function. I mean, it can also be this one. We can butcher this one, which will be called, I mean, update is a bit which is update HP and mana. And we'll get only the current HP and the current mana. Yes. Yes. And what we will do, I don't think we need all of that, because this was also having tooltips. I mean, this is much more evoluted progress bar than what we need here. But so the text to value. Do you want to place a value on top? I don't think. I don't think so. I think that I don't know. We can also leave it for now, but I don't think it's very needed at the moment. I don't think is too relevant, but tooltip, no, tooltip should be 0. What is this mess? No. Tooltip we leave it empty. Let's not make things too complex. Okay, so it's just an health bar. We just want an health bar, nothing else. Let's just keep it simple. All this shit I don't need. Go away, go away. Go away. Mana bar. Really? Mana bar. What is this multiplication? No, we do it before. So here we set the row value, the final row value. Here we set the final row value. And I think it's as simple as that. Now we will need a way to actually lose mana or lose HP. Okay, otherwise we will never see a change. also this is totally useless. And this one. And this one, no, this one is needed. Okay, so at the end is just these blocks. Okay. Nice. So I think we cleaned it up, and now we are receiving, so this update HP and mana, we need to connect obviously when we are receiving this. So in the WD group player, we can call our update HP and mana now, and we do it only if he's the right guy, and we connect our HP and mana. Now I don't know if this will be divided by 100, multiplied by 100, or maybe it will be 0.5. So we have to then multiply by 100, I think, but it's okay. We can do that. Okay. So the one above is super annoying. Okay, something like that. Why the music stopped? Ah, yes, because I stopped the music to play the video. Okay, so we saved that. Now, if it's gonna work, I have no idea, but we can test it because we did a lot of changes. We changed the C++, we changed the blueprint, we changed the widget, we changed the parameters. But basically, I'm expecting every second or twice a second, I don't remember what is the frequency, to receive when I'm in a group the information about the information about the vitals, right? And maybe we can print something here, no? Saying something vital update for group, because I don't think it will work at the first run. Vital update group, and then what we want to have? We want to have the player ID for sure, because I want to see if that's correct. Let's put them all, the HP and the mana. The HP. Really? Okay. So we just print that and see if this works, okay? Receive update vitals, update HP and mana, and that's it. So I want to see if that, okay, so that will run anyway, even if the values, that's the point though. That's a good point. If the values are not changing, we should not send it, Because I think we already do that for the normal vitals. Or not. Yes, this dirty status. Yeah, we do it already. If he's not changing, it will not be sent. But every 10 messages we are sending it anyway. I don't know exactly why we have this, but I think it's a kind of a safety route to say every 10 messages send it anyway. I don't know exactly how much is 10 messages, but we will see soon. Okay, let's try and see what happens. And see if we manage to to explode, to make the server explode. Or not. Ooh. Okay, succeeded. I will launch it normally. I don't care about debug at the moment. So as long as we don't have a group, nothing should change. Now I need a potion or something to make damage. I don't want to fight anyone, but I think I can have a potion. I can have a potion that does damage to me. Can I drink a potion today in Unreal? I'm not sure. In theory, I think the way we were doing it, we were dropping the item in the doll view. And we were sending a consume message. If we cannot, it will be a problem. But I can also no, an item will be the best. An item will be the best. So if I could, I think that we have already some potions here, which are like potion of speed, potion of healing, potion of will. Like if I revert to the potion of healing, you know, I think it would be good. So potion of healing is drink there is also drink poison. Poison bottle. Okay, poison bottle is already doing damage, I guess, because it's connected to poison, drink poison, which is a script. Drink poison, and drink poison is probably here. I'm not sure, but yes, it's here. Drink poison is removing 20 HP from me. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we already have a potion. Now, I don't know if we can drink the potion, but we will see it soon. Hello, Pancake. So let's try to connect with this guy. This guy is 150 and 100. First we need to see if we can damage ourselves, because if we cannot damage ourselves, it will be problematic. So let me try to spawn. So if I do slash item, poison bottle, what was the name? Okay, so we have it in our inventory now. Now, which one is it? We don't have icons in the dummy database, unfortunately. Is this one, poison bottle. If I do this, what happens? I drop it. Fuck, I cannot consume. By the way, if I drop it here, I don't even know where I dropped it. I think I dropped it like at the end of the world. No, don't do this! Fuck. I'm flying to the sky. I will never come down. We cannot consume. We cannot consume. But that's not good, huh? That's not good. Is there a command to consume a potion? Is there a slash consume or something? I don't think so. I think we were dropping the item. I think we were dropping the item in the doll view in the old game, but In the new, I didn't do it. I mean, I can do it. I don't think we have a consume command. Should we do it? I mean, it should not be too hard. It's just... No, but we need to have a consume command because anyway it's sent to the server as no. Let me go in the old code and see consume script. Okay, consume script. Entire solution. GG. Consume script entire solution. We for sure we have a way now. I don't know which way, but I'm pretty sure we have. There should also be a command, or maybe you put it on your right hand and do something. How do you consume things? Is there any plane shift player here? How do you consume potions apart from dropping in the doll view? Hello, Wayne. So consume script. Consume script is loaded in consume script name, which I think is then what we use. Get consume script name. Okay. Very interesting. No more occurrences. I mean, it's impossible no more occurrences. Come on. Get real. Find this thing. Find it. It's there, I tell you. It's there. It's there. It's there. It's there. Okay. I convinced them and so he found it. Slot manager consume. Okay, I think it's this thing. So in fact, it's in slot manager. Slot manager consume. Okay, this is good. So we need to understand who is calling. Let me try in the current document, but yes, container inventory equipment. You see. Handle anything dragged to the character doll. Yeah. Exactly. The problem is how do we do it? How do we do it in Unreal? Because how do we do it? So the drag of the slot, obviously I have. The drag of the slot, obviously I have. So I can identify. Okay, let me go and we need to see how the doll view is made. But then also from the quick bar, for sure. Also from the quick bar. I'm pretty sure we can from the quick bar we can. What the fuck is this music? Condicondo. Legend of Zelda was starting to be annoying. Win. So we go into main menu, right? Into main menu no. We go into widget tabs and we go into inventory, tab inventory. So there is the window that is managing the inventory of our character. Yeah, the first loading is always a bit annoying. Now, what do we have here? I don't remember how this window is made, but there is an image character render target. Image character render target. I think we can identify this. But the slots, but this one is bigger than is over the slots. don't think it's a good idea. Vertical box. Overlay. Vertical box. So this vertical box is basically below the thingy. Image character render target. Why this image character render target is in front of everything? I mean, I'm surprised that these slots are usable. Well, because this one is no hit, so it's not. Yeah, it's not hit testable. Self only. Yeah, I understand, but I would like to hit. So if I move it above, this one is inside this overlay. There's another overlay. Scroll box, wrap box. No, it's not inside this overlay. It's in parallel to this overlay. Grid info. No, grid info is not a problem. The problem is this one. So let's see what happens if I move the render target behind. Holy shit, something bad happens. Everything fucked up. I moved it here, no? Why I cannot move it above? So a grid panel doesn't have an order. Because this thing is too big. First, it's too big, and second, it's covering. Now, but you see that it's inside something, though. No? Because when I move it, if I move it like this, it stays the same. But if I do this or this inside, okay, like this, I did it. You have to click the right way. You need to click Erinos in a man Erinos that it works. So now I'm rendering behind. So considering I'm rendering it behind, right? And all these other things are clickable. I think I can make this thing clickable as well. So I think this thing can become visible, which means that it will accept clicks, right? Even if it's a render target, but it is an image, so I think it will accept clicks. So if we accept clicks, now I think we can drop an item into it. I'm not fully sure, but I think yes. So I will try to save it. I will try to save it, my friend. Okay, and then we do what? Then we then now is the mess. Now is the real mess. Now is the real mess, because you don't want to see the WD slot widget. You don't want to see it, but I will show you anyway because I have to open it. The WD slot item. WD slot item. Look at that. Well, I thought it was worse than this. So this thing is managing all the movements between anything and anything. So item click with the mouse, item click with the mouse, mouse click. I only need to understand where we detect drop item into world from inventory, backpack or container in inventory or container in world. Now here I need to understand the whole thing. Is the target object a slot, true or false? False equal to alt. Exactly. So here is the branch. Here is the branch. Let me lower the music a bit. Here is the branch. Now let me stop the music a second, because here I have to think very, very deeply. I have to think so deeply here. Because if I do a mistake here, we are fucked. If we do a mistake in this thing, nothing will work anymore. So here we are detecting that the player is dropping the item attached to the mouse cursor, and we are checking if the target is a slot or not, right? And the way we do it target W item under cursor. W item under cursor is valid or not? The problem is that in our case the W item under cursor it is probably set when I click. I think we need to print out this when I click on the doll and see what comes out, because I don't know what it comes out, and then do a branch based on that. I don't know if this will be valid or not, because this W item under cursor, which is actually in player controller, which is actually in player. We can check it. We can check. I think every time we click, we set this thing. Let me try under cursor. W item under cursor. It's not here. I don't know where is it. It's probably. It can be in W container. Why I cannot find references of this? Anyway, I think I can do this and I will find it. Set, there it is. Set W item under cursor. Set W item under cursor. So on hovered. Oh my god. Why we did it on the hover and not on the click? So on the hover we are setting okay, anyway, we're doing on hover. So while the mouse is moving, we are freaking keeping track of this all the time. Okay. Ah, but only if it's a WT slot. Ah, okay, so that's the trick. That's the trick. That's the trick. That if it's a WT slot, we set it. If it's not, we don't. So we know if he clicked on the WT slot. So if it's not a WT slot, it will be invalid. In fact, you see that here is setting unhovered set WD item under cursor to empty. You see, to empty. We're setting it to empty. So as soon as you exit from a WT item slot, I think this thing should be redone. By the way, I think there is no reason to do it on the hover of the mouse, which is triggered like every so often. I think we can just do it on the click. Why we need to do it on the over? There is no reason. No reason. But anyway, or we place a giant slot. We can also do or we place a giant slot here in the background. Or we place a giant slot in the background, because I don't think, I don't know how this will be detected. I don't know how. I can print out something here, but I think it will not even reach this place. No, it will. It will reach this place because here we are anyway doing the trace to the world. So, but I think this one will be anyway invalid. And so if it's invalid, then what do we do? You know? This hover thing is so stupid. I don't know why we did it this way. Because this will be invalid, and then at that point I will not know if I'm in the world or if I'm in. So the only chance I have then is to place a giant slot here. Can I place a giant slot? Let me see if I can. If I place a giant WD slot item, I think I can. Yeah, the problem is that it will have to be completely empty. Alpha 0. Exactly. Alpha 0, and it will have to be visible, so clickable. Now this can be called consume slot. This can be called consume slot. Now, or should I do it by name then, or what? This should be a variable. No, not by name. I can just do. How do I compare it now? So let's say that I have a giant slot. I'm clicking on the giant slot. By the way, the giant slot should be in front of image character, which by the way I think we should send back to non-hit test whatever. But we will hit the consume slot. And now this is actually a WD slot item, so it's getting tracked. Okay. So this check will obviously fail. So I mean, we will be true. So we need before this, if the source is the spell window, move it to the spell window. If it's false, I think I want to detect it immediately because I want to touch, you know, all this stuff going at the, so it's freaking mess. I want to detect it like here. So I will have to do if this is equal to, can I do equal to my, if I have the inventory tab, yes, but here I don't have the inventory, I don't have anything. I can get the name and fuck it. I can get the name. I can get the item name. No, it's not the item name. It's the object name. Or is the display name? No, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea because it's saying that the name is changing between editor build and not editor build. So I cannot do it like that. So let's set, so I think it is good, but I need to set this consume slot. I need to make it visible somehow. So this variable, we need to, there is an inventory. There is an inventory. Can we access somehow this inventory tab from the WT slot? How do I do with the others? Sorry, how do I do with all the others? Inventory slot. I set the container ID. I set the container ID on the slot. Can I set the container ID on this slot? I think I can. I mean, adding a new container is not a great idea, but there should be a container. No? Is not exposed. Maybe it's not exposed. Container from ID, slot attributes, container ID. It's not exposed. It's not exposed to the outside. Why is not exposed to the outside? But actually here we get it. We get item attached to cursor, container ID. So we should be able to get container ID. Right? We should be able to get container ID. So if I do this now, and then I do get container ID. Yes, here I get it, right? So I want to see if this container ID is equal and then I have to decide a number. I create a new container ID. I create a new container ID, which is a bit of a mess from the perspective of all these lists, but I can create a -11. I can create a -11, which is strange. We don't have it already, though. We have inventory bulk, inventory equipment, inventory equipment -2. No, because then it's considered a slot. No, from 0 to 15. No, inventory equipment doesn't work. Exchange offering, exchange receiving, inventory money, offering money, receiving money, world, gem object. I have no idea what is it. Spellbook -10. No, we need to create a -11, which will be the consume slot. We have to create a -11. There is no chance. No chance. So how do we set? The problem is that it's not exposed, this bitch. I can expose it. I mean, I can put container ID visible. If I do this, container ID will become something that I can set on my I can set from here, right? I think so. Container. No? If I click the wrong one, for sure. Container ID, there it is. So I do a -12, so this one will always stay as -12, and it is our container consume, which I think is fine. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's good. Why -12 if I have -11 available? -11. So we do -11. This is all theoretical, by the way, because then we have to see if it works. But so I will call it container consume container consume, I don't know, but anyway, is the consume slot. Okay, container consume -11. So we check if here we have to check if this container ID is equal to -11. Okay, so we branch, and let me just copy maybe this container consume -11, and I put it. I want to put it like here as a text. So container consume -11. So if this is the case, we go. Wait a second. We go here, and this one goes here. Okay, if it's false, we go back. So if this is the case, this graph is really a mess, boys. This graph is a mess. Can we at least save this under cursor? Let me try to make it a bit better. This under cursor, if we at least move it here and then connect it here, at least we unclutter a bit this part. Unclutter a bit this, okay. Then if this we move it a bit down, still looks like shit, but no. We move it here. Don't worry. And so if this is true, means that we have dropped something into the consume slot. Now, are we ready server side to receive this thing? Are we ready server side to receive this thing? I think we are, because we were doing the same in the old code. So I think that we have, like we have seen in the old code, we have seen, yes, there is this thing. Inventory equipment. You see that we were using inventory equipment though. We were doing a trick. We were using inventory equipment, but no slot, which is -1. I think we can do the same without inventing the new freaking -11. Fuck -11. Who said -11? Who decided -11? It's a super bad idea. Who said -11 here? Me? No. Me? No. So I think we can. Hello, welcome. The Blueprint Alchemist. Wow, we need you, man. We need you right now. So you have seen this very, very nice graph, and you said, wow, this man is my man, because you're called the Blueprint Alchemist. And you said, this guy. No, but we also have a lot of C++, huh? So we balance. We don't do only this. We do mostly C, well, as much as we can C++, and the rest we go blueprints. Welcome to the channel. So I think we can keep the slot. I think we can keep the slot check as long as I expose two parameters, right? I expose container ID and slot ID, I mean inventory slot, because I think it's inventory slot, right? The one that is checked by the C++. Should be. Is inventory slot, blah, 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 yeah. And so I expose those two, and I make my container minus whatever, what was it? -2, so equipment. I make my container -2 and my inventory slot -1. Okay, so this is basically identical to how it was working before, assuming that we can click on this thing, and we will discover it very, very soon. Now I will test it. So if this is correct, I think we can directly go. I think we don't have to do any change at this point, because if it's true, it will come here and it will go from container to slot, blah blah blah, from container to slot. So it will exactly do what the current code is doing, and it will come here. Now that is the old code. Where are we here? We are in slot manager from inventory. Okay, so if we go in the new code, slot manager, move, come on, you can do it, move from inventory. Okay, we are already here. This is a sign of the gods. And we go in inventory equipment. Okay, so we should arrive here. And this is called the consume script. Okay, I think that without doing many changes, but just adding that additional mega slot, it may work. I think it may work, boys. I think it may work directly. Let's see. And Blueprint Alchemist, can I ask you, what are you working on? Are you working with Unreal Engine, I guess? And for your own project, or for something else? Okay, we connect here. Connect here. Now the potion is already spawned in our inventory, so that should be easy. We should just drop it. So the window here looks pretty much identical. The difference is that this thing now should be clickable. Okay. Yeah, I'm landing. Okay, I landed. We dropped it, I don't know where. I think we dropped it in an impossible place. Let me see. Let me do something. Let me see if I drop something else, okay? I drop small key into this. Because everything that I drop here now is trying to equip it in a slot. If I drop the helm, oh, perfect, perfect, is working perfectly. I want my poison. I want my poison. Item, poison bottle. Where is my poison bottle? Where is it? Where is it? I want to eat it right now. Boom. You drink some poison and feel bad. Nice. GG. GG, boys. GG. One click. I changed one thing and everything worked perfectly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. GG. Okay. Yes, that's very good. Also, we added another functionality thanks to that. Just with by adding that slot and understanding how it was working in the old game, that basically now whatever I drop into the doll view, if I drop an helm, if I drop a mug, if I drop whatever, it gets automatically, it tries to equip it, you see? It tries to equip it. Book of Crafting. They should actually go in the mine slot, but ouch. Did I crash the server? Yes. I managed to crash the server right clicking on a crafting book, but it was kind of expected because we don't have yet the visualization of the crafting books, which are special. But yeah, it's very good change. I really love it. So it works. So it means that I can consume potions and consume items now. And so we can see our health going down. Now the only thing I need now is also to consume mana. To consume mana, I think I can just cast a spell. Okay. I can just cast a spell. And we can consume mana. Because we want to see the bars of the group window going down, right? That is what we want. For all the players that are connected. I mean, for all the players that are in the group. But first we test it in our thing. In the info stats. Wow, it's already midnight. Holy freaking hell. Time is flying. It's already midnight, boys. Why time is going so fast? Okay, so our thing is here at the top, you see. And by the way, it's growing. 147, 140. I don't know why it's not compared to the max, but the number is correct. The scale is not. Maybe because it's so close that you cannot see it. But you see that it's going up too. So I'm recovering health, right? And now I'm 150. Now, if I cast a spell, can I cast like strength? You don't know how to cast. I don't know a spell. No, I don't know. What do you mean? I don't know. I have no spells. I'm so bad. I know no spells with this character. Oh my god. Do I need to research it? Really? But I have no glyphs. Okay. I have no glyphs. Wait. Why I have no glyphs? Can I use a character that is a bit more, that is smarter than this character that already has the stuff? Otherwise I'm getting crazy. Isn't strength? No. Is might? I don't remember. What is the name of the thing? Fuck. What is the name of... I don't think is... One second, because it depends if there are many spells here or not. Right. No. There is only a subset of the spells. There is only a subset because this is the dummy database. Yeah, but I should be able to cast a spell at least. Okay, not strength, but for example, I want something on me. Okay, defensive wind. Defensive wind is perfect. Defensive wind is number 12. And number 12 needs 57. And 57 is... No. Sphere only. Probably yes, sphere only. No. 19. 19. A, exactly. Now things are... so if I spawn air... Okay. I have now the glyph air, and the glyph air is placed here. Okay, it's fine, but now I should have it also in my research book. Yes, it's here. It's not very visible because our windows suck in terms of skins, but anyway, it's here. Do I have something in front or not? No, it really sucks. I need to purify the glyph. Wow. I need to wait that the glyph is purified. There will be another sound when it's purified. Purification. Should be like 20 seconds or 1 minute. I don't know. I think 30 seconds or so. Assuming the server doesn't crash. But should not. Come on, you can purify it. Come on, purify it. Right now. It's 1 minute probably. Holy moly. Server still up. Okay, it finished. So now I can research the spell. But I'm too bad at magic to discover this spell. Fuck. So I need at least... I can try forever. I think it will always fail. So air is in Azure, right? Air is in Azure. So I need to give me... Because I don't have magic skills with this character. Magic. Zero. Good job. But since I am a game master, I can do set skill me Azure way 10. Set skill target, skill name. I think I need to have Azure way in bracket, in quotes. Azure way 10. Okay. Now I have 10 in Azure Way, so I think that now I should be able to research this spell. I hope so. Go. Go. Come on, man. I'm too stupid, I'm too low in intelligence. Come on. It should be a percent. Okay, I'm giving myself 100 Azure freaking thing. I'm still not discovering it. Why? I'm too stupid. Intelligence. I think my intelligence may be too low. I have 0 intelligence. Wow. I mean, I don't have intelligence in the list. I have this character has 0 intelligence, which is actually impossible in reality because when you create the character, the minimum I think is 50. But okay. I try to give myself 50 intelligence, but I don't know if the skill set stats. No. Set skill me. Skill name. Skill name should be intelligence, huh? Maybe it's only int. Invalid skills. I don't understand. Intelligence 50. Something is happening when I do this, but then maybe he gave it to me, but let me try to research again. No, it's GG. I don't. I cannot assign it. I think I can assign skills, but I don't think I can assign stats. So we need to make this character smarter, otherwise it will never work. By the way, it doesn't have. It doesn't have the right stats, so it's anyway a bad idea. It's strange because I created this character. Yeah, but I think I created this character a long time ago when character creation was kind of broken. So probably that's the reason why he's too stupid to leave. So it should be under character skills, yes. My character is Melare, so it's 154. 154, view table, let me see. 154. No, actually, here we have another problem. Actually, he has all the stats at 50. Why they are not visible in the skill window? That's another bug, eh? That's another bug. But actually he has the intelligence. He has 50 intelligence. And he has 100 Azure Way. He still fails to freaking. Well, we can give him the spell, we can give him the spell. I think that's probably easier. I can give him the spell. How do I give him the spell? Good question. Good question. Character skill, character relationship, character request, meditation, none of them. Player spells. Why we call it player and not character, this one? We want to make our life harder, eh? We want to make our life harder. By the way, 147, which I think is the other character, has all the spells possible in his life, and we are using this one, I don't know why. But anyway, 154, spell ID 12, spell slot, I don't know, say 0. I don't know what is the spell slot actually. Save. Player ID cannot be now. Bro, 154, what do you mean now? What do you mean now? I said 154. Save. Okay, now we should have the spell, okay? I think using the other character would have been easier maybe. No, I think there is a bug that you don't see the skills. For some reason, I only see agility and something else. I see only two stats out of 5. Why, I have no idea. But that's another bug we need to check. Maybe I can ask Jerry if he has the time to check why the skills are not visualized properly. That could be a good one. I think it's just, I don't know, just a bug somewhere. Melare. It is. It is our Melare. Now we should have the spell, okay? Yes, he has the spell. So now we can also cast the spell, I hope. Let's wait a second until it loads up. Okay, it's loaded. I hope we can cast the spell without crashing. Oh, we even have a particle effect, boys. We even have a particle effect on this spell. That's incredible! Look at this. Okay. So, is my mana going down? Fuck, because I'm a game master, I'm not losing mana. No! No! Yes, because I'm a game master, fuck. But I think I can set myself as a player, right? If I do set me player, all flags set to player. So now I think I will consume mana. If I can still cast it. Spell not found. Spell not found. I know, spell not found. Yeah, my mana is going down. Okay. My mana is going down. Because I was a game master and so my mana was never going down. So I'm casting this spell 100 times. So my mana is going down. Okay, so we have a way to do damage to ourselves. And we have item, poison, bottle. Okay, so we have a way to do damage to ourselves. And I mean to our character, because if we say do damage to ourselves, then Twitch TOS will start to chase me. And 2, can I drink 2 at the same time? No, I drink 1 only. Oh, it's working very well. Okay, so now I'm damaged. Okay, now I want to connect with another client and get into a group with this guy. Oh my god, this test is complex. This test is kind of crazy. Hello, Jerry. You were here from the beginning or you just arrived? Because maybe your ears were ringing, you know, like ding, 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 ding. And you connected. The problem is that this guy is recovering very quick. He's recovering very, very quick. So we need to connect. That effect is just a default, I think, that we use. I mean, we created it, but it's just. I mean, it's not bad, but. Okay, now we are in. Now we want to invite this guy into a group. Invite. Cranny. Go. Would you like to join? Yes. Do I see the value properly? 73 and 89. Yeah, maybe we can remove some decimals after the 73 and 89. 73 and 89. Okay, but is it going up now? So when will be the next update? So it seems that the initial stats are working, because I actually see the value lower than whatever, but then when the stats are going up, they are not going up, right? They are not going up, but luckily for me, I added quite some debugs, right? I added some debugs. Receive update. Receive update group -1. -1, yes, but -1 is only receiving the event for me. This guy, so this guy is receiving the update for himself. The girl here is not receiving any update, so he has set the value correctly at the beginning, and then GG. Okay, but I think we have something anyway. I think we have something. The effect doesn't stop. I have no idea. Maybe because defensive wind is very, very, very long. I don't know. I don't know how much it lasts. Anyways, the dummy database. So, but I think we have something. I think that for today, I think is enough, because it's also midnight. I will try to connect maybe tomorrow a bit earlier. But we made good progress, because we fixed a lot of stuff. We allowed the doll view is called, yes, the doll view, to accept items for consume and for equipment, which is very nice. We completed the group view, and it is now displayed. We did this stats update, which is working at least in the first run. It's not working in the additional updates, but it's okay. I think we can. I think I can fix that pretty easily. But then when we have this, then so we are. Let's see where we are in our roadmap. So the leave group we have done and is working. The leave group and the disband as well. And if you want to see it, I can just go here and right click on leave. Boom, and you see that it goes away from here and from there, and there is no group anymore. It would be nice to test it with 3 people, but and so those 2 we did. Now we are in the vitals for group HP and mana, so we are inside of this, but let me say that this one is 90% done. Okay, so it's not, I mean, we are pretty close because all the code is in place. We just need to check what is going on. And then we have this last one, which I mean is optional, but we need to test the shell command for groups. But I think they all work because we are anyway launching commands from the UI. So we have this last point, which I think I can fix off stream, and then we can close the groups and buddies. Yes. And I think we can then work on something else, which is very nice. So I think that tomorrow, if I manage to fix that before joining the stream, so let's say between my 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. and 9, or 9:30. So around that time, if I fix it at that time, I can then join the stream with a new topic, working on something else. I don't know what we will work on, but I think we will decide it tomorrow. So we will go to the roadmap and see what else we want to work on. The other easy one is petitions, but I think petitions are really not needed at the beginning. I mean, the groups and buddies, yes, because if you're in a group with someone, you know, you want to see it and you want to see stats. If you are fighting, you want to see if they are dying or not. So I think that was like a fundamental feature connected to combat. So without that, we cannot do it. Okay. Do you have any last question before I leave? If you're new to the stream, please click on follow on Twitch and click subscribe on YouTube. If you can, that will help me. Thank you. And also just want to mention that we have a Patreon site, which is patreon.com/planeshift, where if you want, you can contribute and help us and support us and get some bonus videos and other stuff that sometimes we post. I didn't post very recently. I think the last post was 12th of August, so it's now more than 2 weeks. So I think I need to post a new one or two. I think I have one which is nice, which is the one of the introductions for the races. I think I can post that video. I mean, I have to make it, but I have to make it and post it. Okay, boys. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thanks for joining and for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Bye bye. That face.